Hello and welcome to a scene for Empire of Thorns. Today, it is just going to be random bar bullshit in the Blushing Satyr. Or Satyr. Yeah, Blushing Satyr. Um, and people are quite welcome to come in as and when they'd like to. Jessica's currently sat on one of the bar stools, drinking a carrot juice. There's two empty shot glasses next to her, but other than that, sipping on a carrot juice.
Seb will arrive. He'll sit next to her. Uh, he'll notice the sparkles on the roof of her butt. And he'll look back and goes, "Ah, well, that's new." And he'll smile at her and goes, "Hey, Jessica." And he'll order a glass of rum, dark rum.
Sorry, could you repeat some of that? You kind of went a bit in and out.
Yes, he'll sit next to her, look back at her fluff, and say, "Well, that's new." Order a glass of rum, and as bartender serves it, he'll sip it and goes, "Hello, Jessica."
She's going to give him a bit of a look because she doesn't recognize him. For the record, anyone who has not been in a scene with Jessica, this is her floof.
Fluff. And now it has sparkles on it.
Currently it is sparkly, yes.
And he'll just smile at her. And goes, "Oh, don't recognize me?"
Andreas?
He'll look up and goes, "No, although I was here that night."
She'll just shrug. Sips carrot juice.
I was here another night too, not at the same bar. You kind of gave your phone number back that night, like the first night you saw me.
Soren?
Of course, you think of the pretty one first. No. And he'll just smile at her.
Sebastian, right?
Bingo. And he'll take another sip.
Well, this is a different look for you.
Yeah, fits me more. Actually, closer to my actual age.
Fair enough.
And he'll look to her and he'll smile and go, "So how have you been?"
Pretty good. She'll smile.
Seen any more of our beautiful city of New York lately?
Yeah, yeah, it's a wonderful place to explore.
He'll smile and goes, "There are plenty of little secret places in Central Park."
Yep, and in the subways.
He'll raise an eyebrow to that and goes, "I must look into that."
Have you seen the bit with all the graffiti
Can't say I have. Where is it?
in the subways?
And he'll look at her and smile and goes, "The subways are large, darling."
Um, Near the train station platform with the stained glass thing and the guards.
And he'll just look up and goes, "I'll have to ask around."
So what have you been up to other than getting old for some reason?
Um, had a unfortunate family reunion. One I really wish I didn't have. And he'll take another sip.
Who?
And he'll say, if you ever meet my father, John, please don't associate us together.
Okay. She'll just shrug.
And have you met the Spring King anymore?
Yeah. He's a good running partner.
And then tell us all the time goes up running. I probably won't be able to keep up at time like the training.
I don't know. She gives him a bit of a look up and down. I think you could probably handle some running.
And so Doctor goes, not sure I can outrun a rabbit.
Most people can't.
And he'll look to the shot glasses and he'll say, yeah, are you drinking anything in there? Those glasses are kind of, not full, so empty.
She shrugs. I don't really like the taste of most of the things, but they feel kind of warm. So sometimes I have the shot things and then go back to drinking my carrot juice.
And he'll think and goes, have you ever had a Bloody Mary?
That sounds a bit gross.
He'll smile and goes, well, it's not carrot, but it's kind of as vegetables in there. It's not as, you don't feel the alcohol as strong as the other stuff as it has. And he thinks and goes, it has tomato juice and other stuff in there. It doesn't feel like you're drinking alcohol, not so much. You guys, and they sometimes give you a piece of celery with it. I think you'd like that.
It's a bit of a nice snack. She'll kind of wave at the bartender and order a Bloody Mary.
And she'll say, if you don't like it, I'll have it. And he'll pay for it. Because he's a nice guy. Hopefully she doesn't see that as him coming on to her, because otherwise he'll be like, nope. But yeah, he'll pay for the drink. And he'll just say, he'll say it's on me.
She'll just shrug and try the Bloody Mary. She pulls a tiny bit of a face, but she keeps drinking it anyway. Because it's not that bad.
Well, he'll look to her, he'll go, so?
Definitely better than the other alcoholic thingies.
No, then he'll smile. He goes, good. In a court yet?
Nope. I think I might just stay not in a court. Like monarch stuff.
He'll smile at him and goes, that's respectable enough. Free spirit.
Yep. Spent the last 2.5 months / 15 or 16 years or something being owned, so how would I sign up to do it again?
Well, guys, it's not exactly being owned. It's more having people that have your back and you have their back in return.
Then why does somebody get to be the boss?
And how small guys, because when groups get that big, it needs organization, and organization needs you need someone or well organize it, and have everyone just. It gets kind of chaotic when it's.
She'll shrug. You have to do what they tell you to?
Some small guys, you well, sometimes they ask, and sometimes you they'll give you option of not choosing, and sometimes it will be an order, and you kind of
She'll just nod like you answered exactly kind of what she was expecting.
Theophilus will make his way into the bar. Part of him has been missing Trudeau's, but wanting to seek out a new bar from time to time, so he trudges his way in. It looks like he's been doing his best to avoid people for the most part. As finals weeks rolls around, everyone seems to have this aura of despair and loathing and regret and anticipation and expectation, which are all of the glamour elements that Winter Court seems to just love to take in, along with the fall aspects. So he's doing his best not to overcharge himself and be essentially buzzing on extra glamour as necessary. So getting from point A to point B has been a very key moment for him, and not socializing nearly as much has kept him away from other people. But this is his designated scheduled social time, so he doesn't go crazy by himself for too long. Would Sebastian be recognizable?
um
Because I don't think I've
maybe on
ever
a
seen him
roll,
like this.
maybe on a roll.
I'm just going to say no then. If there's a chance to fail, I'd rather just fail, because that sounds hilarious.
Fair enough.
Uh,
Yeah, he's aged like 40 years.
Yeah.
Now you're a grayer shadow? Got it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no.
Yeah,
Well, he
it's
used to
likely you might think that this is Sebastian's dad or something. He looks vaguely familiar, but probably wouldn't guess it's him.
I know that there's a joke about all Darklings look alike, but, I
Yeah.
can't think of it right now.
That's
He'll,
racist.
of course. Theo will set his jacket up and find a more easy bar booth kind of thing, so he doesn't crowd as many people at the bar stools.
And he'll look and he'll whisper to Jessica and goes, "See that just walked in? That's your feelings of the."
Okay. Why are you whispering?
And he'll say, "Cause I'm talking about him. It's kind of rude to talk about that." Actually, you know what? I don't care. That's your feelings of the king of the Winter Court.
Theo will just kind of like glow and smile for a moment, thinking that he's like minorly famous already. He'll order a basket of hot wings.
By the way, it might not be in the picture because we generally go with the masks in the pictures a lot of the time because it's tricky as hell finding pictures for the meme. Jessica has great big bunny ears as well as her floof.
Okay.
So it's fairly obvious what she's been for the past length of time.
Beast Kid, got it.
And I see Sebastian is Mrs. That's actually that cool. Without his mask, because he's a bit see-through and well, black and white, leaning on the dark side. And so yes, you'll look at Theophilus for a little bit, and then we'll go back to drinking his rum.
He'll give that sort of nonverbal eye connection and nod, but has no idea who you are. He'll do his best to pretend like he does, though, because you already know him.
So, other than being in the Winter Court, why exactly were you whispering about him?
And he'll say, and then he'll again, he'll say she's kind of known as one of trust. She's not, because she's not mean, just apparently from what I've heard, she's actually.
Sorry, your volume is just up and down and up and down. Could you kind of repeat that?
Yeah, he'll say, yes, he'll whisper to her, because he's just known as someone not to fully trust. He's not mean, just he's known to, well, mess with people.
Hmm. I thought that was most changelings.
Guys, guys, not most I've met. Maybe I've been lucky.
She'll just shrug.
And he'll look to him and goes, don't think the Spring Court King takes your money, does he?
Nope.
See? We don't all do that.
She'll shrug. Most people want something. Of course, it's good if you both want the same thing.
He'll smile and goes, yes, that's how you make friends. Well, that's a way to make friends. And so he says, that's a habit is. So, yeah, he'll say, have you found out who Jessica Rabbit is?
I already knew.
And he'll say, yeah, I just found out the other day. Can't say it's too. Not sure it would be too nice of calling Jessica Rabbit one. Now I've seen the character, given she's beautiful and all, but meh. And he'll look to her.
Well, like I said, when I was taken, I had red hair.
And he'll shrug.
Then again, I was also 8, so not so much in the voluptuous kind of department.
And he'll look at maybe your picture knew what you would eventually look like. Except, and he'll point his finger up and down to her hair and goes, except, now you're blonde.
Matches my ears.
Yes, it does.
Because there are, in fact, that kind of goldeny brown, like wild rabbit ears.
Okay, but her floof is.
Yep.
And he'll look and goes, it does match your ears.
Pardon?
Guys, it does match your ears.
Well, I know some people end up as those weird, spotty ones, but she shrugs. Like the white ones with the big black and brown splotches on them.
I'll say, yeah, I know the ones you're talking about. Haven't really seen any other bunny changelings. I haven't been back for too long.
Me neither.
And he'll
Then again, I don't think I was gone for that long either.
and he'll say, oh well, that we have different.
Yeah, I ran away like 2 weeks ago.
And he'll smile and goes, well, at least you weren't gone for too long. Still must have still been hard for you.
No, no, I mean I ran away from there like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, guys. Oh, well. How long
I
were
was
you?
taken in October.
But it felt longer.
Of course, I did kind of, you know.
No, yes. You changed. But yeah, he'll say, well, I'm really not sure how. Well, I was told it was 50 years, but it felt longer. Yet somehow I still looked the same. So I'm not sure how long I was in there for, in that realm.
She'll shrug. Does it really matter? I mean, you're back now.
And goes, alright, it doesn't matter. And he'll play with the rum in his glass.
Sorry, you kind of went quiet again there.
He'll play with the rum in his glass, like like playing it around and making it swish around in his glass.
So, is there some reason you're not talking to the bilious bag thingy?
He'll say, yeah, and not
You're crossing in and out again, sorry.
he'll whisper to her, he's not really exactly my favorite guy.
Because he likes money?
No, that's not it. Didn't
Yeah, I really couldn't hear you then again.
Yeah, he just didn't show. He'll say, he didn't show respect, and I remember his work.
So I had empathy, and that was about it.
It goes well when it's someone you really care about, and he walks in like nothing is the matter, and like there's nothing wrong. It kind of gets on your nerves. Well, gets on mine at least.
Well, did he not care, or did he just not seem to care?
Guys, I don't think he didn't show. At least he didn't show any care. I don't know if she actually did.
She'll shrug. Want to know what tends to get you attacked?
He'll look to her like, go on.
Looking like you're afraid of stuffs?
And he'll look to her and guys, his hand.
So,
Oh, guys, oh, I'm not afraid of him. I just don't want to talk to him.
No, I meant him.
Oh, that.
You said he didn't seem like he was upset or concerned, and it's like, well, did you ask him?
He'll say, I was a bit on the nerve. But knowing him, I'm not. From what I've heard, he probably didn't care. It would be a good thing to ask. I'm not sure I'll have. Guys, not sure I'm in the mood to, but. And he'll smile to him, guys. You can if you want, and give me the answer.
Is the rum nearby? Has he got the bottle of rum and is pouring his own, or is it?
Oh no, he would have just gotten a glass.
She's gonna nudge his glass and say, "Why don't you down that and then go and ask him?"
Guys, I paid for your drink. Can't you ask him?
She'll shrug and just kind of wander over in the direction of Theo, who she's still not entirely certain she knows the name of.
He's happily eating his hot wings and is made of a bit of a mess of his fingers and his mouth.
She'll wrinkle her nose slightly because she used to like meat, but she doesn't anymore. But she'll just kind of sit down opposite him anyway.
He'll struggle to clean his mouth and sorry I'm kind of a mess. Good to meet you. And you would be?
I'm Jessica.
Theo. He'll do that brief little pause of, are you really giving me your name or is this a fake name?
Considering the rabbit is, you can wonder as much as you like.
This is my first time in this bar. I'm not too much of a regular around here, but it's always good to know that the folks here are friendly enough to come and talk to one another. I was just gonna eavesdrop and maybe watch a few of the other people. I think the girl over there's been in a bit of a tizzy over her ex-boyfriend, and I don't know, the guy at the bar next to you kept looking back at me every once in a while.
Yeah. Yeah, he said when his girlfriend was kidnapped, you didn't seem to care very much.
Oh, the fox thing. Right, yeah. Man, wait, who is that?
Sebastian, yeah, well, you guys probably would hear, but Sebastian goes, that motherfucker just called Kiko a thing.
Yeah.
Is that Sebastian?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know why. He
Jesus.
got really old for some reason.
God, he looks a lot different. I can't say it suits him, but I'm sure it'll grow on him. He'll wave and just like wave him over. I don't know. Maybe he was trying to hit on you or something. Maybe I'm ruining his game plan. Just play it cool. He's the best guy ever. I don't know a whole lot about him. I think he was dating like this other girl though, so it might get a little weird. I'm just gonna tell you that now. Is he coming?
Yeah, Sebastian like downs his drink and comes over.
He'll shuffle around the booth to try and make room for you.
And guys, your feelings.
Yeah, Sebastian, how you doing, man?
Quite alright.
I think I've gained some weight over the holidays. He'll jiggle a little.
Well,
But don't worry.
My
New Year's resolution.
Oh, sorry, go on.
My New Year's resolution is to slim down back to my fighting weight, and I'm probably gonna break that. But still, that is the plan.
If you're looking, guys, you had a fighting weight once?
Yeah, 280. The heavyweight bracket. He'll shadow box a little.
Right. So
Anyway, what were you talking about? I'm sorry. Something about his girlfriend a while ago.
Yeah. Apparently you didn't care that she was kidnapped or something.
Well, I cared in the fact that a changeling was kidnapped. Like, what moment exactly? There was that one time that people were talking about, like, trying to make him have an open-faced oath to the weird. And I'm like, you probably shouldn't do that because that's only going to end terribly. I don't know if he's confusing that for not caring about it.
Jessica just shrugs.
Sebastian, what's this about, man?
guys, the way you came in court meeting.
Oh, yeah. Well, I just found out that that was a thing, like, at all, as soon as I walked in. I was sort of, like, trying to look for what was going, and I was actually more interested in the court meeting, and then I found out that she was kidnapped. So, yeah, it came off a little rough, but I blame the ignorance, or the alcohol. I can't remember if I was drinking that day, one of the two.
He'll cling to his glass and then he'll just go, and then it is forgiven.
Oh, that's it? Cool, I steal the contract.
Clink.
Yes, so you what? So I didn't hear that. I didn't get that out of character. What?
You just said then it's forgiven, and he's like, I'll seal the contract that you've agreed that you forgive him.
Yeah, okay, so I'll say, yeah, well, I'll forgive you for that.
Well, yeah, that's what you just said. Anyway, she's back, right? I heard like the Summer Queen died and stuff.
He'll chuckle at that. I heard they called her the Summer Queen. They
Oh,
called,
okay.
sorry, she'll say, I heard they called him the Summer Queen.
Who?
You do know the one they call Summer Queen was actually a guy, right?
Oh, wow. Nope. That is some weird court bullshit that I don't adhere to. Speaking, or before I actually put my foot further in my mouth, Jessica, would you happen to be a summer courtier?
Nope.
Okay, good. Can continue to slander their name.
Ooh, do you have any juicy gossip about the spring?
Consistently. Their political ideology seems to like revolve around like hand jobs and political bickering and like slight racism. So really, you just like put any three of those combinations together, and you'll probably have something true as a rumor.
Go on.
Um, God, what's his name? Dark dude, the Incubus. He was the one that's the winter consort. What's his name? Hell if I know his name. Out of character,
Well,
it's
I know.
Anthony's character.
Out of character, it's Malik.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we're talking about Malik. But
Yes.
in character, she doesn't know whether he's spring or not, and she's met two kind of dark dudes. She's like, is it
Yeah.
Spring or Malik, or is it someone I haven't met?
Yes, Sebastian will say Malik.
Yeah, that guy. He's like zealously loyal to all of the Spring Court, regardless of how good or bad they're doing. So it's really funny to like watch them like heinously screw up everything, and he'll still have their back. Because he will backtalk and he will try to use like intimidation and threats to like make you stop talking bad about it, regardless of if it's true or not. And it's just
He's
kind
the
of
guy that's
funny.
dating the dragon. He's the guy that's dating the ice guy, right?
Yeah.
Right. Now, that's a question, actually.
Yeah.
She'll look a bit more at Seb. If you guys ended up having that big fight of whether Soren or Draven got to do showing people around, how come you guys won, but Draven's the one that gave around my phone number?
He'll go, well, I got in the fight because my friend was in it. And so after the fight was over, I didn't really care what happened. Guys, but well, first he gave me the phone number, and then I was like, I reminded him that I wanted to, and that I'd rather you live too. So I gave him back the phone number, and then he gave the phone number to Soren, and Soren didn't want it, so he gave it to, well, Farron, I guess. King
I
Farron.
want your phone number.
But what were you guys fighting about then? It was like the most summer thing ever.
Speaking of summer, Bruce just walks in the place.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna even bother like tell you what he looks like because I already did. a lot of times before. So, um, he just looks around, sees Sebastian. And are you guys sitting at the bar or at a table?
We have
Both.
moved. Yeah, we've moved to a booth.
Actually, has he Sebastian with his older Sebastian? I think yes, he has. No, he hasn't. I think.
He may or may not recognize Sebastian, depending on whether he knows that Sebastian has aged 40 years recently.
I think he saw that,
Okay. Hey,
if
no,
I'm
yeah.
not mistaken.
I think he had, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he saw that, yeah.
Oh, and I don't know if you were still here at that point, but Jessica does have giant bunny ears,
Okay.
as well as her floof.
Okay. So Bruce just walks up to Sebastian and goes like, "Hey," and he actually notices Tio when he walks to the table. He couldn't notice back at that part, and he just like waves at Tio too. Hey,
Hey, how's the wife?
it's going.
That's not good.
It's not bad.
So
I can't say it's perfect.
why get married if it's gonna be going?
Some of us have this weird thing called honor, and they adhere to it really hard.
Yeah, she's just gonna give him like a. What does that have to do with it? Look.
Sebastian will wink at Timothy and goes, Timothy at Theo and goes, not sure you can say some of us when you're not part of them. And he'll smile.
I was assuming us being changelings.
Yeah. I like to think that we have our word and our balls, and we shall break them for nobody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jessica's just gonna give him a raised eyebrow.
Just the easiest way to think about it.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, he
See,
got
I have
married.
not really been
It
collecting
was it was. Well, you've got some fantastic chesticles there.
more.
Bruce,
Cannot hear a darn thing.
No.
he'll look to Bruce and he'll say, you'll have to tell me more about your culture. I mean, marrying someone you quite literally just met seems still strange.
Is this at Trudeau's?
Yeah, that's why it's my favorite bar.
No, I'm thinking more and more that I need to avoid that place. Apparently, everyone keeps getting engaged there, and apparently this guy got married there as well. So
Yeah, all you have to do is not ask someone to marry you. That's like the secret.
that, and if someone does ask, just say no.
I don't know. I wouldn't give that hard of an answer. I'd say I'd think about it.
Sebastian will say, well, apparently Bruce couldn't. Is that right? And he'll like he's not being like making fun. He's actually asking. It's like a actual.
That is right.
Yeah, honor. Look at all that honor. He's got honor coming out of his ears.
It's not actually about honor.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just gonna say it's
It's
about honor then.
it's law.
Oh, wow, that's even better. It's a legally binding marriage, I guess.
It is. OOC, keep in mind that this character has no knowledge of the mortal world law.
Yeah, Jessica doesn't really know that much about mortal world lore either. She was taken when she was 8.
Theo has
Bruce
plenty and is just making fun of you.
Bruce was taken when he was 3.
Yeah. Jessica was taken when she was 8, which it was about 3 months ago, and she won't be 9 until March.
So what you're saying is you're not legal in like the fullest extent.
Oh.
Some of us just want to touch the fluffy tail.
Yeah. However, we should probably get back into character with this conversation because
Maybe.
we were discussing out of character Bruce's knowledge of the law.
So yeah, his marriage was in the bar. I actually oversaw it. It was pretty cool. I raced off to the near Briar to try and see what the full extent of the deal to be made was, since, well, the vows were pretty vague and the traditions were really solid, so there's this back and forth idea of both sides were really important in that, but it had no, like, meaningful significance. Actually, do you know about pledges?
Don't agree to stuff you don't plan on following through with? Shrugs.
Okay, how much do you know about pledges? If it's just that, just let me know.
Pretty much just that.
Okay, so
Really much call for pledges being a rabbit.
when you were in Past the Hedge, did you make strong deals and connections with, like, really vague concepts of stuff?
Suppose.
Yeah, the contracts. So I want you to understand this
Put them
idea.
that way.
So I want you to understand this idea that the powers that be that give you that sort of ability to make those deals, they pay very, very close attention to the words and the strength of the words that you use. If you make really strong, significant deals, you can receive benefits from the powers that be to make sure that you can complete on those deals.
Yeah, most of mine didn't really use words.
Well, actions, handshakes, clinking a glass and drinking. There's a lot of minor physical things that you can do to admit to a deal just as easily. In Bruce's case here, he got down on one knee and let a woman climb on top of him,
Fair enough.
and that was the significant enough gesture to complete on his proposal. But there's also the idea that since he's making such a hard commitment and pledge, that the powers that be that invest in his strength give him back a little something something just to make sure that he can continue to be a strong and honorable husband. That makes sense? That make any amount of sense?
Suppose so.
Sebastian will nod.
Suppose
Hello?
so. Jessica's just going to shrug. Like, she gets what you've told her, but she's finding it hard to see exactly how relevant it is.
And Sebastian will look to the Jessica and go, so what's up with all the sparkliness on your tail now?
Oh,
Why not?
sapphire dust.
Where did you find sapphire dust?
In a little bookshop.
And he'll be like, either stores have gotten very, very rich in 50 years, or it was a special bookshop.
Yeah.
Good point. Go on. Actually, don't. So, other funny question. You said that you haven't been out nearly that long.
Not really, no.
Where are you staying, if I can ask? Do you have a safe spot for yourself?
Mhm.
All right. Is it on this side or is it on the other side?
Kind of in between.
Okay. Just means that I innately worry that someone's gonna come around asking for a driver's license and you're not going to be able to provide one because if I heard right, you're 3.
Uh, that bit was kind of out of character. Also,
Okay, never mind.
Also,
I will reckon.
9, not 3. But yes. Yeah, sorry. This is the
I just want to make sure that if someone comes around asking for very specific information, that you can commit to a proper enough story that you don't get arrested.
I don't drive.
Well, there's still other things that need an ID, like applying for an apartment or getting a job.
She just looks at you like, why would I want to do those things?
Um, because you're part of this world, and you're not in Arcadia anymore.
She'll scratch behind one of her ears thoughtfully.
There is a subtle idea somewhere that if you only use your specific branch of contracts, vows, and abilities to trick people, that it slowly erodes at your mind, and you forget what's actually real and what's more and more fake. And being able to tell the difference is a bad thing.
I'm not tricking people.
The fact that we have a mask at all implies that we're tricking people.
It's not my fault they can't see.
Well, it means that you're inherently dishonest then.
Not
Just like
really.
me.
Not really. I mean, it's only dishonest if you're deliberately deceiving someone. I'm just being me, but they can only see some of it. That's like saying wearing clothes is being dishonest and tricking people.
Not to the same extent.
Well, they're not seeing all of you.
In certain cases, he
was smirking, guys. They'd like to.
in certain cases he motions to himself below the neck, and he's just like, there are some people that are a benefit to society wearing clothes.
I wasn't saying people should go around naked. I'm just saying that if you use the logic that people can't see my ears and tail, and therefore I'm tricking them, well, they can't see my tattoo either. That's I'm tricking them by not showing them that. That's just crazy.
It's more of the dishonest part of using an oath on them when they're not paying attention.
I'm not.
There's still the part where you're going to trade something for food eventually on this side.
Nope. No, I go down to the track, put a bet on some of the dogs. When you've spent enough time running from them, you know which ones are going to win.
Okay. You do you, and I really hope that you never have to file a tax form for gambling.
What's taxes? Because I know my parents talked about them sometimes and they got all arguey and there was paper all over the place, but that's about it.
Especially with mangas, it's kind of how the government screws you over.
Well, why would I want to get involved in that?
Let me put it in a way that's like hospitable. Who do you think pays the police?
She shrugs.
Well, they certainly don't like go up to you and ask for money before they solve a crime. So, who do you think pays them?
She shrugs. Do they like keep the money from the drug busts?
Not exactly. Who'd be their boss?
The police chief guy?
Yeah, and who would be his boss?
She shrugs.
The mayor?
I suppose. Do we have a mayor?
Yeah.
Sebastian says yes. Yes, we do.
So taxes are the idea that people who work or get money somehow in New York pay a little bit to the mayor, and the mayor gives off money that he's collected from this, so that way he can pay firemen and nurses and police officers and make sure that people are safe, happy, secure, and not on fire.
And they also kind of screw you over, because that's what they do, the government.
So it's basically like a big charity pot that pays for the police.
Well, it pays for everything, and more importantly, the mayor and his ability to decide how much of that pot goes to certain things can determine whether he's a good mayor or a bad mayor.
So why don't they have one of those plastic pot things on the bar?
A tip jar?
No, for the charity collecting things.
Oh, they just take it straight out of the earnings book. Every time he makes money, the register that he's got there reports how much money he's put into it. So that way, when people are coming around to collect little bits of money, they can know exactly how much of a fraction they need to take off from his total take-in.
This all sounds really boring.
Kind of, but it's still really important. It's the
I
idea
just,
that
like, Put
if you work
£100 in an envelope and mail it to the mayor or something.
ish, but if you only make 100, or if you only mail 100 and you've made like millions off of the dog track, they're going to want a little bit more than just 100.
Nah, I usually stick to about 200 a week.
That's like not enough to eat, really. No wonder you're so thin.
Mostly I just buy juice.
Lots of juice.
Lots of juice and some carrots.
You haven't lived. What are you doing next week?
She'll shrug.
If you're free, if you're available, I'll take you out to someplace nice.
That sounds much too much like planning ahead.
No, that's like a responsible thing to do.
She'll just shrug. She'll grab a napkin and write her number on it and push it over.
He will take the napkin and seal the contract.
The contract that at some point next week he can call her and see if she is available for dinner.
Yep. It's completely fine. So what else hasn't been explained to you in good detail?
Well, I was 8 when I was taken and I've been back about 2 weeks. So I've got the hang of the courts and basically worked out I don't want to be in summer. Probably want to stay courtless because it just seems like too much hassle.
Sorry, Bruce. Getting involved with the courts can be a bit of a predicament. What I would say is if you plan on joining one and you're not 100% feeling it, like right off the bat, Just make sure that your oath contract when you swear into this season has a termination clause that is relatively painless.
I think I'll probably stick with just not joining any of them. I mean,
The biggest benefit I can say is that it makes getting glamour a lot easier.
she'll shrug.
Even if you get your glamour through, like, a hedge fruit.
Yeah, but I've just run away from one owner. Why am I going to sign up so that somebody else gets to boss me around?
It's not an ownership.
So, if your monarch person orders you to do something,
Yeah?
do you have to do it?
Nope.
Sebastian goes, well, sometimes you do. If it's an absolute order, but that's rare.
Sounds like a shitty monarch then.
Sebastian says, I've never had to do anything. I just do it because I'm faithful to mine.
Yeah, the only time that they'll try and give absolute orders is in times of crisis, like people are attacking or people are getting kidnapped. And even still, if you're not good at fighting, you can do other stuff like, I don't know, get someone a gun, or give someone $5, or give someone glamour.
Or just, be somewhere else.
Oh yeah, I'm nowhere near a frontline combatant.
Plus, running is so much more fun.
And if you can help by running, maybe people will pay you to do that.
Yeah, that kind of seems like work.
Well, getting paid is pretty awesome.
But then people kind of think that you have to do things for them.
Well, then you just set the price higher. In fact, you can do things like make the price so unreasonable that they don't want to ask you to work again. And that's how you get people to stop bugging you.
Sure.
There's another thing specifically with the seasons and why you should join. The people who took you don't necessarily like the ordered structure that the courts provide. Around here in New York, we do a seasonal freehold. Some of the other places in Asia do a directional alignment. There was one place that did a solar cycle, so they had a day, night, dusk, dawn thing. Anyway, when you have such a hard lock of a forcible thing that has to change, that has to progress, that keeps everyone in sort of a cycle, it innately protects you from the people that tried to kidnap you the first time. They either have a harder time finding you or they just don't want to come near. And when you have a lot of people that aren't sworn to a season, that aren't committed to the freehold, that are just leeching off of it, it makes us, people that are sworn to it, feel relatively untrustworthy of you. Like, you could be a narc for one of the people that kidnapped me.
Shrugs.
So it's both ways beneficial. But as far as the monarchs asking you for stuff, they most often won't. And it's only in times of great crisis, like as I explained before, that they will even ask you for anything. And if you want, you can simply swear to a temporary agreement, something like, I will be a part of this season for a month, just to test it out. And if it doesn't work out, you just wait out the contract and leave.
Yeah, but it's kind of seeming more and more like if I did pick one of these seasons, it would probably be spring.
That's like entirely your prerogative. Spring has a much easier time gaining glamour from passion, from the joy de vivre, the feeling of just being alive,
Yeah, I
impulse,
can kind
greed.
of tell that.
So if you feel like you vibe with that, and you are in a position that, like at a dog track, you can pick up greed more easily, you'll be able to pick up even more greed and never have to worry about going into glamour shock.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about picking up glamour from passion.
It's more of the, if you're already doing it, you might as well make it easier for yourself too. But this is an opinion. I myself am a greedy little bastard, and I can definitely find more and more greed and passion as I need to, but I adhere myself to the Winter Court, because they're a court that is very well benefited from being indistinguishable from humans. The more that I the more that I hide, the harder it is for people that kidnapped me to find me again.
Yeah, like I said, the one that kind of makes the most sense for me is probably Spring, but there's no way in hell I'm pledging myself to Spring.
Then don't. You're your own complete person. You can take whatever choices you want. And I myself will not vouch for Spring in any respect.
It's certainly a fun place to hang out, though.
It's nice to visit. I wouldn't want to live there.
I've never been.
Well, if you check out that graffiti thing in the subway, have a look for the pinkishy purpley handprint thing.
All right, I will.
So, if he's summer and you're winter, Seb, which one are you again? Oh wait, are you the same? Because that Soren guy was autumn. Graven was definitely saying something about that Soren guy being autumn. Are you autumn as well?
I'll say yes, I am autumn next, so
Yeah, fair enough. Just a question, Johnny. If Rani Renard has actually entered the bar and gone and strolled up to sit at the bar, um, what is he like?
Johnny, you're muted.
I said he's drinking a glass of cognac.
Yes, but what is he like? How clearly foxy is he?
Fairly foxy. He's got a bushy fox tail and fox ears and kind of floof at his jaw.
Okay.
And he's just drinking a glass of cognac and looked like he ordered something to eat.
So Jessica's going to go and get a second carrot juice because she's finished her Bloody Mary and now she wants carrot juice again.
Sebastian, were you really upset about that whole coming into court and trying to figure out what was going on thing?
He'll look at him and goes, I just assumed that most people knew about it, and the way you walked in kind of got on my nerves.
Oh, yeah. I was just last to know. Jesus. Jesus, you thought I'd just, like, not care about someone like that? Man, I'm a shitty...
Guys, my emotions went in the right place.
I'm a shitty guy. I'm a terrible friend to have. But I'm still a friend.
And in the end, he'll look at him and goes, like I said, my emotions went in the right place.
I know, it just... If you ever feel like I've wronged you or something, I'd rather you just talk to me about it and not let things like that fester.
And he'll just smile and nod. And so, Bruce, how's Anne-Marie? Okay, maybe he's not here.
I think he stepped away for a moment.
Okay.
Fair enough.
You messaged me saying you'd be right back.
Oh, I think Bruce is going to get a phone call from Anne-Marie, very conveniently, and he's going to have to go home.
Okay. Yeah, Sebastian will see that and goes, angry apparently.
Somebody left the toilet seat
Get laid. You won't get laid.
up. Somebody left the toilet seat up. He's going to get a right earful and then angry sex. Yeah.
And Seb, oh yeah, Seb will look at Jessica with is he with she with Rennie?
Well, yeah, she's gone to the bar to get another carrot juice. So she's probably standing like right next to him waiting for her juice.
Well, Seb will look and goes, well, there's a lost I haven't met, so if you'll come with me, and he'll just go to see Rennie. Well, the new guy. And he'll just sit next to him and he'll nod his head and well, he'll do another glass, probably having finished his, and will make sign to clean his glass.
He'll turn to him and give him a polite grin.
Fine, don't clean my glass. And he'll just say, oh, yep.
What did you say?
Yeah, Sebastian went to clean his glass, like made a gesture. Did I see clean the glass or?
Hold on, wait. I kind of missed what you're saying. Like,
He was making a gesture to try and clink his glass against.
oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yes, he'll clink his glass with him.
And he'll say, I'm Seb.
He'll softly say, and please don't get mad at me, Nelson, because I'm about to commit a crime against your language. He'll smile at him and give him kind of a polite look, and he'll say, je suis désolé. Je n'ai pas anglais.
Well, Sebastian doesn't have a French in real life, so he'll just raise an eyebrow and goes, only you don't speak English? I don't know. Yeah, I heard English in there. I think I heard English.
Parlez-vous français?
I think that was something. I, and he'll go, um, he doesn't know what to do because he doesn't know. And he'll just go to the bar. Does anyone speak French?
You're breaking up again, by the way, honey.
He'll go, like, the rest of the bar goes, does anyone speak French? Gosh. Here, yes, international ask, does anyone speak French?
Breaking up.
I think he said Sebastian is asking, does anyone speak French?
Oh,
Theophilus will shake his head from the booth and continue eating his hot wings.
one second.
There we go, that's better.
Ironically, no one in this fucking bar speaks French.
Yep.
Even Trudeau doesn't speak French. He's from
They're
Canada.
not in Trudeau's.
Oh, where are they?
They're Blushing Satyr.
Whatever. Same place. Good enough.
Yep.
Yeah, nobody in the Blushing Satyr knows French.
Kiko doesn't speak French. He speaks. Does Kiko only speak Japanese and?
All she speaks is Japanese and English.
Yeah. And yeah, he'll say let's see. He won't have a French dictionary. He'll say. He'll go to the bartender. Goes, do you have a French dictionary?
He'll kind of shake his head and say, "Don't you have a smartphone?"
Okay, wait, those things can do that? Shit.
Huh?
He'll say, wait, those things can do that?
Yeah, just hit the translator.
Right. And yeah, he'll say, and he'll, yeah, like, hit the translator and go, oh, mon, no, it is said.
Ah. And he'll politely introduce himself as Rani. He introduces himself as Rainier, but then he says Ronnie is his nickname.
And he'll nod. Goes, okay. And he'll type in like where so places to learn English for like people that speak other languages and especially French. Like on his phone.
Google Translate is not hugely reliable, but with basic stuff it should be okay.
Yeah.
Jessica is not being subtle about the fact that she is watching this conversation with curiosity. She's just literally sat on the stool watching them.
And he'll type something on his phone and goes smile at Jessica and goes Elle est Jessica. Jessica. Yeah.
Ah, très bien, très bien. And he'll hold his hand out.
And Jessica will shake his hand.
He'll actually bring it to his lips and give her a little peck on her knuckles. And he'll kind of look at Theo.
Theo will do that nonverbal eye communication and nod, but he realizes that there's not too much room for him at a bar, and will continue to be at the booth. Fat guy plans.
Nice.
And Sebastian will look at his phone and goes, and then, he'll just point for him, goes, Theo.
Yeah. He'll give him a nod of his head and say, Ronnie. Naturally, my Spanish, I speak Spanish, so naturally the R wants to roll when I say it, which sounds funny, kind of French, because I don't think you roll your R's, do you?
No.
They do,
Yeah.
not as much.
Yeah, not as much.
Yeah. Like, I naturally roll my R's like that, because I grew up speaking Spanish a lot.
Tahitians do, anyways. Tahitians roll their R's all the time, but yeah.
Yeah, he's Parisian, so
Here's what?
he's
Parisian.
from Paris. He's Parisian.
And he'll look on his phone, because apparently they can do that if there are like any schools to learn English for foreign to learn English.
Yep.
He'll kind of pull his phone out and do it as well. He'll kind of type something in. He'll kind of look at it and tilt his head and say, I was bringing a treaty to the Spring Court.
And he'll look to Jessica and goes, and look, go on his phone, and goes, je ne, and look, suis jamais allé Spring Court. And he'll look those, and point to Jessica and goes, Jessica.
Keep in mind, I out of game don't know that much French. I know a little bit, but
Okay, yeah, he goes, I've never been pretty much seen says in French, but with a bad
Sorry, you faded out that time as well, I think.
the guy in a bad English accent he says, I've never been to the Spring Court, but Jessica could help. And yeah, well, went spotted to Jessica and said, Jessica, help.
he'll kind of look at his
Hello?
phone and type, and he said, he'll say, I've already made the delivery. Now I'm just relaxing before I go home. I have wanted 2 days in New York.
Ask him if he likes running.
He looked on his phone again and goes, Aimez-vous courir?
Oui.
And he'll nod to Jessica.
Central Park is a good place for running.
And he'll
He'll
look
say,
at his,
he'll just kind of shrug and he'll say, I think in French it would be, connais pas courir? And he'll kind of shrug.
so what
I think it's like, yeah, connais pas courir? Like, who doesn't like to run?
Okay. And he'll look to Jessica and goes, you want him to run after you?
She'll shrug. Running's fun.
Kind of look at her and smile.
She'll smile back, and the next thing you know, the door is slamming shut.
He'll blink.
Sebastian will be like, whoa, she's fast.
He has speed
Also,
17, so. And bear in mind, Usain Bolt probably has about speed 15, maybe 16.
Nelson.
Yep.
He'll lean into
Sebastian.
your character and he'll whisper this in your ear, basically. Here. It's in the chat.
Oh, in this chat.
Mhm.
Sebastian. But he says it in French.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sebastian goes, And he'll like go to translate and like ask for him to put it on his phone.
He'll kind of type onto his phone and hand it to him with a snicker.
And he'll be like, and he'll if he goes look to his phone, quel genre de femme aimez-vous? Like we're asking him what kind of women that he does like.
He'll think for a moment. Touch his lip. He gets kind of a dreamy look in his eyes.
How long has it been since Jessica ran out the door?
Like 10 seconds?
Okay. And Ranny is still just sitting there?
Yep.
Okay. Theo is going to, like, hustle his way out of the booth, like, doing the sideways side shuffle and all that good stuff, and eventually, like, waddle his way up to the bar, and he's just going to, like, smack Ranny on the side of the head and point to the door.
He'll kind of like furrow his brows and look down at Theophilus.
He'll just, like, continue to motion out the door because he doesn't know French. Like, it was pretty obvious what you're supposed to do. Like, he'll just, like, keep waving like a flight attendant.
He'll kind of like take his phone out and type and hand it to your character, the translation.
I'm gonna take away his phone and then just, like, walk out the door.
Sebastian tries to take the phone before Theophilus does.
Does he just read what he wrote?
No. I just want to apply antics.
As Theo tries to go away with the phone, Sebastian tries to get it back. Grab it again, like as soon as Theo like turns around to his face, tries to grab it back.
This very much sounds like a contested deck brawl.
Man, are you going up against a larcenist with a larceny roll?
Yeah, right? You go ahead and do that, boo-boo.
Let's see you try.
It's a burner phone. He doesn't care. It's his U.S.
Doesn't matter. It's the principle of it. Sure, I'll let you be able to take the phone away. It's really not the important thing. I'm more pointing for Ranny to hurry up and chase, because that's what he needs to do.
He'll just kind of tilt his head and he like shakes it like, and he'll just like confused.
And yeah, Sebastian will type in like you were supposed to run. She wants you to run after her.
You're hopeless, French fry. He'll get a taxi because he's not gonna run.
Yeah,
he'll more just check to see if Jessica is like doing anything crazy, like parkouring through like buildings or stuff. Because right now, in Theophilus' mind, Jessica is a threat, and the fact that she doesn't know enough about society to blend in seamlessly.
No, Jessica is kind of down the road.
Okay.
Waiting.
Well, she was. Now she's got bored of that and is at the nearest street vendor getting a pretzel.
Wait, taxi, stop right here for a second. He rolls down the windows. He's hopeless.
She shrugged.
And then he points him back to continue his drive. He was going home.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, she's just shrugged and started eating her pretzel.
basically what he'll tell something to Sebastian in French first, and then he'll kind of like pull his phone out and like, oh no, he doesn't. He kind of looks at his phone running that way, and he's like, oh well, okay. And he'll kind of type on his phone to Sebastian, and what it says is, if she wants me, I'm here. She has no passion. I prefer my women a little more developed.
Sebastian will say, look at it. Then he'll just look to Jessica and say, he likes to run, he just doesn't.
You can't really look to Jessica. Jessica hasn't bothered coming back. She's eating her pretzel
Okay.
and then just
Oh, yeah,
wandering
there's
off
okay,
somewhere
alright.
else.
There's your bar. And then that's very well. He had Jessica's number. Well, he showed it if you want, so he picks if he goes. Just Jessica says, I don't think Rennie is interested.
She'll text back going, I'm halfway to Central Park by now.
He'll just smile.
If he was interested, he would have bothered chasing. If he's not interested, he doesn't really care.
He'll take a smoke off of his clove and kind of look down at Sebastian. Like he's a little bit tall. He's like in the 6'2" range.
Okay. Yeah, Sebastian is just below average for a man. So he looks up.
He'll give him a sweet smile. It's like a very polite smile.
And he'll say and goes and ask back the questions. Well, let's show the question on his phone. Which sort of women do you guys think?
What was that?
Well, he asks him with his phone what kind of women he likes. Because self is taking to these kind of basic.
He'll think and he'll type, and it'll say curvy, exotic, dark hair, light eyes, very passionate, one who I can serenade. And he'll kind of write that. One who can take, like, she'll basically say, he'll say one who can handle a French lover.
He'll think and goes, too bad for us. And we'll try to think if you can, see if you can think of anyone he's met that's like that.
He'll also type in his phone, I'm also only here for twos. I don't exactly expect much socializing.
Yeah, Sebastian will say, yeah. And he'll, yeah, Sebastian doesn't, in-game at least hasn't met anyone like that. Well, but probably, he probably knows a girl at the Four Seasons. That's like he said. So he'll say, do you mind if, he type on his phone to translate, and do you mind if she's a stripper?
What was that, again?
He'll tap on his translate and ask if he minds if the girl is a stripper.
Oh, why breaking up? Why?
Hello. Is that better?
He said, does Rennie mind if it's a stripper?
He'll laugh. And he'll pat him on the head. Just kind of like scruffling his hair. And he'll just shake his head. And he'll type, I'm so glad that your lot is concerned with my love life, but I'm quite happy. Like, I'm fine.
He'll just type in, it's New York, you gotta have fun.
He'll smile. He'll type out that he has a position, that he is a member of the court, of the titled court, and he has like a reputation to upkeep. He doesn't want to sully his position by giving himself a bad reputation. Then you realize that although you're speaking to somebody who's foreign and from a different court, he is a ranking member of one of the Autumn Court, of your court, just in a different city.
Okay. Yeah, and he'll smile and goes, Autumn Court.
He'll nod. Oui.
And that Zeb will like relax again. Well, he would kind of relax, but will take more into his natural way of being, and he'll say, so am I.
Ah, très bien.
And
He'll
he'll say,
smile.
guys, I'm learning to be sociable.
He'll kind of think on it for a moment, type, and he'll say, being sociable comes with my position.
I don't, without being rude, may I ask what your position is?
Once Google Documents decides to fucking cooperate, I can give you the name. Come on, come on, come on. It's because Google Docs is registering me as offline when I'm not. He'll say he doesn't know how to word it in English. Is his problem. He'll kind of like think on it for a moment, and he knows like the French name for it, but he doesn't know the English name for it.
Okay.
So he'll kind of like.
The word will try to remember it. Well,
this is what he says to your character because there's no fucking way I'm gonna be able to explain that, and like I can't pronounce that.
Okay. And well, he'll put that in Google Translate. In Translate. I'm not sure what that gives him.
It's the Legate of Mists.
Has Seb heard about the Legion of Mist?
Yes, because the Legate of Mist is basically like one of the more active positions. That's someone who that's the person who is the emissary to all of the other courts.
And so it's pretty high up. It is an honor to meet the what is it in French? In English, I mean.
The Legate of Mist.
Legion.
Okay. I don't know how to. It's Legate, right?
Legate.
What?
Yeah.
The word is Legate, right?
Legate.
Legate. Sorry.
Yeah, Legate.
It is a honor to meet the Legate of Mist.
I'll give him a polite bow and nod. And he'll kind of type on his phone and ask him if he wants to go back in and get a drink.
Sebastian will nod, and he'll say, I'm an initiate of the Paladin of Shadows.
He'll kind of tilt his head at the word Paladin of Shadows, trying to figure out what the fuck your character means.
Well, he'll type on his phone, and he'll say Paladin des Ombres, which is, well, at least word for word.
Yeah, he'll say, oh, very nice. In French, he'll say, very nice, very nice.
But he'll say initiate. And put in. Actually, let's see what Google says about initiate. Oh well, it would be initié, because it's initié.
He'll nod. Très bien. Very good. And he'll kind of give him a thumbs up. He'll think on it for a moment, and he'll say, he'll like trying to speak slowly, hoping your character will understand him. He'll think on it for a moment and say, Mon frère is la Roy.
Can you type that in?
Yeah, he'll say it very slowly, hoping your character picks up on it. But that's what he says.
Okay. Sebastian will look to his phone, and his eyes were like wide and good. He's like, "Holy crap!" And goes, "Congratulations!" And he'll like put the thumbs up. Guys, that is an honor. And he'll like bow.
He'll kind of chuckle.
And he'll just go, "Holy crap! I'm talking to the sorry, to the Autumn King of or Autumn King of Paris's brother. Holy shit!"
Yeah, he'll say, Je suis un prince. Like, he'll say that he's a prince himself.
Okay. But yeah, he sends the text to Will, like, holy shit, I'm talking to this guy right now.
Yeah, he'll type, oh shit, be polite. He's very, very, like, he's kind of, like, important.
This guy's, I am right now, he seems to like me.
And he'll give him a polite smile. And then he'll say, he'll kind of type out and he'll say, would you mind showing me around for the next few days?
Sebastian will respond, goes, not at all.
And he'll give him a nod. And he'll go back in with him to have the drink. I have to go, actually, myself. I have to go eat dinner. But,
Okay.
So, yeah.
So yeah, I think with Sebastian having made a new friend,
An important one.
there we will end the scene.